And then, final piece, put it on top, and that is time. Oh, I almost forgot. Anytime that you solve this puzzle, well, that was kind of a lame kick, but you have to kick it over. It's tradition. I think that the fact that I constructed this puzzle myself definitely gave me a leg up on how to solve it. Since I had to measure and cut each piece for each tier, I knew the exact length that each of my columns had to be. So for example, each of my columns had to be 5 inches based on the measurements that I cut. So knowing that and knowing the size of all of my pieces, I could just do some math in my head and add them up to see if something would work or not. And I wouldn't have to waste time stacking them to see that's not the right height or that is the right height. I could just add up the numbers and know for a fact. For example, in the second tier, I believe, I had a lot of 1.5s, and those were the only pieces that ended in a 0.5. So I knew that every single stack had to have at least 2 of those because 5 doesn't end in 0.5. So I needed those to even out to 3. And once I figured that out, I'm like, all right, 3 can combine with a 2, or it can combine with 2 1s, and that'll give me the full stack. Now, I mentioned earlier that Survivor probably doesn't use the same scale as me. Theirs is probably twice as large. But you can still use the numbers that I used to do the math part. Even if each piece is double or triple the height, they're all the same proportion. So you can still call your smallest piece 1, and then your next biggest 1.5, next biggest 2, 2.5, and 3. And even if those aren't the size in inches, you can still use those proportions and know they need to add up to 5. So when I'm putting these pieces together, I need to add up to 5 units, we'll call them.